Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Cody Proctor. First up tonight, if you haven't noticed, your wallet probably has. Gas prices are still rising and reaching new heights. This week, we saw a jump in prices in Spokane. Right now, the average price of gas in Washington sits at $5.13 a gallon. That's about $1.30 more than the national average of $3.81. But it's actually less than last year's state average around this time of $5.28 a gallon. Meanwhile, Spokane's average gas price now rests at $4.93 a gallon. That's up from last month when the average was at $4.80. And finally, across the state line to Idaho, things are just a little bit cheaper, but not by much. The current average for a gallon of gas is $4.39. That's up 6 cents from last month when the average was $4.33. Now, in our effort to bring you more to every story, we spoke to gas analysts who told us it's not just Washington, but the West Coast seeing prices on the rise. Experts say Spokane drivers may see 10 to 15 cents more per gallon when they go to fill up. KREM 2's Janelle Finch tells us more about what's behind the budget breaker and how long these high prices could last.
If you're planning on gassing up anytime soon, you may have to shell out some extra cash or find a way to keep your car parked for a little while. Gas experts say gas prices in Washington and across the Pacific Northwest are set to increase over the next week.
These days, it can be expensive to get to where you need to go. The evidence is in the rising gas prices across the region.
They're rising a little too much for a college student to be comfortable with, especially one that drives 3 hours home.
Gas analysts say Washington drivers should prepare to potentially spend a bit more at the pump over the next few days. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says the reason for the increase starts in Southern California. He says some gas refineries are doing simultaneous maintenance and experiencing unexpected outages.
It's culminated in quite a disconnect between supply and demand, causing the wholesale price of gasoline to shoot up to near record levels in Southern California. And the problem is now, because the problem is so significant in Southern California, that it's also inducing problems in markets that are nearby.
But he says impacts are less significant the further away from the issue.
Spokane and eastern Washington, the increases, even south into northeastern Oregon, the increases should be relatively tame, but increases nonetheless.
He estimates Spokane will see a 10 to 15 cent per gallon increase over the next week. But even that can add up, especially for people whose cars are their offices.
I do Uber Eats, so gas is the majority of my expenses.
But DeHaan is predicting some relief for Washington drivers in the coming months.
I would think that by the end of the year that, at least in Spokane, which is a little bit more isolated than some other areas, prices should drop down to the low to mid fours.
According to AAA, average gas prices in Washington went up 10 cents in the last week from $5.03 to $5.13. Spokane's average sits at $4.92, a reported increase of 14 cents in the last week.
Earlier this year, gas prices in Washington state were the highest in the entire country. That was back in June when regular gas prices averaged at $4.96 a gallon, a price we're not too far off from right now. In Spokane, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
Janelle, thank you so much. In the meantime, last week's rain and stormy weather taking a bit of a break today. Let's get straight right now to meteorologist Michelle Boss to find out how long today's sunshine's expected to last for us.
It's going to last a little bit longer, and then we're going to see things turn around briefly, but I've actually got a great extended forecast. Taking a look outside right now, most of eastern Washington has seen mostly sunny skies today, but you can see some of those clouds kind of creeping back in from the east and southeast, especially across North Idaho and far southeastern Washington. And where the clouds have kind of moved in a little bit sooner, temperatures have been quite a bit cooler. You can see only in the 50s in Pullman and Moscow, 60 in Lewiston. It's in the lower 60s across the northern panhandle, but 70s widespread across central Washington from Omak, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, Othello, Ritzville enjoying 67 degrees. And it was actually pretty nice here in Spokane today with those lower 60s, especially when you factored in the sunshine that we saw for most of the day. Things are going to be pretty quiet through the evening hours, mostly clear skies this evening, mostly clear skies overnight, relatively mild as lows fall down into the 40s. But we have a quick moving weather system that's going to come in tomorrow, bring clouds for the afternoon and a pretty good shot of rainfall for the afternoon and evening hours, and then we'll start to dry up again. And we are looking at a big warm up starting on Wednesday that should bring the 70s back to the region.
In developing coverage tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office still investigating a deadly shooting in Mead. This just happened just after 11 o'clock yesterday morning when deputies responded to a call about a security guard and 2 other people fighting in the area of East Hawthorne Road. The call stated 2 people were shot during the fight. When law enforcement arrived, they found 2 people had been shot. Deputies say one of those people died at the scene. The other person was taken to the hospital for treatment. Their condition still unknown. The security guard was not seriously injured. We're still working to confirm the exact details surrounding the incident. We'll update you if we learn more. Happening tomorrow, construction on Riverfront Park's the Lilac Butterfly is expected to begin after high winds knocked it down almost 3 years ago. The iconic part of downtown Spokane was first built for the 1974 World's Fair. Construction is expected to last the next 1 to 2 weeks. During that time, the area around the butterfly at Howard and Mallon will be fenced in, causing detours for any walkers or bikers traveling the path on the north side of Riverfront Park. And the Spokane City Council is expected to discuss an ordinance cracking down on illegal massage parlors in the city. That ordinance states it would establish a better process for the denial of business licenses due to illegal activity, specifically working to prevent human trafficking or prostitution. Sponsored by Council President Lori Kinnear and member Karen Stratton, all massage therapists within city limits would be subject to screenings and background checks to make sure they meet certification standards.